Hello everyone, Big Clinky here to update you on what's going to be going on this channel for the next month or so. I'm going on an overseas trip starting on the 21st of May, and this is a long one. Should everything go according to plan, I won't be returning until the 21st of June. So basically I'm gone for a whole month. I say according to plan because, as we all know, there's a lot of instability in the world right now. I'll try to keep you all updated via channel posts using hotel Wi-Fi. I've had this trip planned for years now. What this means for all of you is I won't be able to upload new videos for a while. And let's talk about what that means for Metaphor ReFantazio first. So I am right at the end of this game. I basically only have the final dungeon, final boss, and epilogue to go. And while I think I'd be able to record all of that before my trip, I'm not sure I'd be able to edit and upload it all before then without massively crunching myself, and that on top of having to pack all my bags and get everything in order. I have to do what's best for me, and I don't think that's the healthiest. I'd also rather not rush the finale of Metaphor. I'd rather end it in a way that I'm proud of. So I'm leaning towards using the Elegy of the Soul, which I think is one of the best, most hype fights I've ever done on this channel, as a stopping point, and then picking back up when I return with the final dungeon and ending. My only real concern is that this may be a death sentence in the eyes of the YouTube algorithm. Apparently the algorithm knows what days you typically upload on, and if you deviate from that schedule, it will cut into your views. There's also the possibility of people just dropping off of the series if I don't upload in a month. The thing is though, Metaphor already doesn't do that well with the algorithm in the first place. I've talked about this during the series, but it's a very strange game that got a lot of acclaim, but just doesn't hit with the mainstream crowds. I also went away for 3 weeks in the middle of Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn back during 2018, and that ultimately turned out fine. So I think I should just focus on what is best for me. But what I do hope to do is get the Metaphor bio compilations fully finished and uploaded either before or scheduled to go up during my trip. That should give people something to tide them over, and these bio compilations actually are pretty popular. A lot of people playing these games in their own time find them and use them as guides, so I'm glad to be of help there, and that's why I'm excited to upload these. Now, another reason why I'm leaning towards finishing Metaphor after I get back from my trip is that I might end up going even longer without uploading if I finished it before, because I'm not ready to launch right into my next big series after Metaphor. I need a bit of buffer time. And that's what I want to talk about next. My next series is going to be Fire Emblem Blazing Sword. The main content will be on Hector Normal Mode. I don't find Hector Hard that fun. But I'll be doing an alternate Eliwood Mode file to show his exclusive chapters and the alternate branches of the branching chapters. That is, the different versions of Four Fang Defense, Cog of Destiny, and the Kenneth Jeremy maps. Expect full character bios as usual, along with in-depth guide videos on how the ranking system works, because I find that fascinating, even if the actual playthrough won't be going for ranks. For all you hardcore LTC players out there, I am going to be a lot more casual with this playthrough. The reason why I'm doing this is to show off my first Fire Emblem game and share some of the nostalgic stories about my first time experiencing it and how it got me into the series. I also want to talk about how I feel the tutorial has aged since its inception, and how the game in general holds up as an intended starting point with the series. Now that it's been over 20 years and we have far more successful entry point games. But those who want something a little more hardcore will get their fix when I do my next project after that, Fire Emblem 6 Binding Blade. This playthrough is going to be a redemption story, as if you're a really long time watcher of this channel, you'll know this used to be my most hated game in the series. But after a few replays in recent years, I've come to realize FE6's gameplay is actually really good. It almost approaches Engage in terms of map design quality. And a lot of the issues that make the other GBA games too easy aren't present here. And I find its characters far less unbalanced than people would have you believe. This is a GBA game where swordmasters are actually good and javelins and hand axes are not broken. Things I never appreciated until now. I'm looking forward to really gushing about the gameplay here, along with telling stories about how I was gaslit by Game FAQ's guides into thinking Zealot was so bad that my teenage self wrote songs about how much he sucked. This is true. Both of these will probably occupy me for the foreseeable future, but after that, some other plans are Shadow Dragon, and likely SMT3 Nocturne with Demon Bios, and maybe SMT5 Vengeance. I'm currently holding off on making plans for Fortune's Weave until I played it myself. Still strange that it's meant to be coming out this year and we haven't heard anything since the reveal trailer. I'd also like to take this time to talk about some ideas that I have for streaming. In September this year, I will probably stream Trails in the Sky's second chapter's remake. But I've had a lot of other ideas lately, and I'd like some input on which of these you like the most. The first one is a blind run of Fire Emblem Warriors, the original. Sorry, I'm not doing Three Hopes because Fodlin Discourse. I never bought this game when it came out because I was salty over the roster, but here's the thing. The game not being a universal crossover is less of a problem now that we have Heroes and Engage. Also, Fates and Awakening are no longer flavor of the month. In fact, they're both over 10 years old now. So it feels like the perfect time to experience this game for what it actually is, and I've heard that its Musou gameplay is very good. Many say it's actually better than Three Hopes in that regard. So when I say blind, I do know some vague spoilers about the main story, but also from what I hear, this game is more like the first Hyrule Warriors. It doesn't really have a story, it's more about fun crossover interactions, and I haven't seen any of those. I'm also totally blind on the maps, how the game actually plays, and how stats work. So without spoiling any of that for me, tell me if that sounds like a fun stream experience. I also really enjoyed that April Fool's Pokemon stream, and I've been thinking of streaming another Pokemon game one day, but I have a lot of candidates. There's Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, which I'd be able to do on original 3DS hardware, thanks to my capture card. Like Fire Emblem Warriors, this is another game I skipped when it came out, but that feels like it's aged better than I expected, and I'm actually really keen to play it now. People in the chat have also said I might enjoy Legends Arceus. I'm still a bit iffy about the open world format and the focus on catching Pokemon over battling, but a benefit of doing this on stream would mean that buying this game would give me access to most of the top tiers in Pokemon Champions. Then and it might be an interesting semi-blind experience. I say semi-blind because I know who the secret villain is. Another idea I had was a Shield wedlock. Maryland never got to do a wedlock on those games, and it sounds like it could be a fun idea, especially since I came up with an idea for allowing Dynamax. You can only do it in a gym battle if your partner dies, but doing so causes that Pokemon to become cursed with a fatal flaw according to its nature. Yeah, given the Galar region, this whole Redlock is going to be Shakespeare-themed. My main concern is the potential for extreme negativity towards Gen 8 in the chat. Then there are platformers. After Sly 3, I should probably go back and finish Psychonauts. That is something that I have plans to do on the channel. The Ratchet & Clank games are also a possibility. I haven't replayed Ratchet & Clank 1 in a really long time, and I'm keen to see how much it holds up. Crash Bandicoot 1 and 4 are possible, though if I do 4, I am not going for all the perfect relics. Crash 4 is a rare platformer that I say is infinitely more fun if you're not going for 100%. Also, Sonic's 35th anniversary is coming up, and I had a silly idea to do something to celebrate that, though I don't know how practical this would be. I was originally thinking of casually speedrunning every Sonic game in the order that I originally played them. And while I can see myself getting through Adventure 2 and Heroes in one stream, I'm not sure I could do that for Unleashed or Colors, and I'd have to probably get Wii emulation working for that. Maybe it'd be better to just do Adventure 2, which was my first Sonic game. So, those are my ideas for the next main project and streams on the channel, though I will say, allow some room for uncertainty. I am looking for work at the moment, and if I was to get full part-time employment, I'll probably end up having to change my stream schedule. Maybe only doing streams once every 2 weeks or once a month. I've really enjoyed getting into streaming, and I don't want to give it up anytime soon. I know some watchers are here more for my regular videos, others are here more for the streams, and some are here for both. And I appreciate all of you and want to give you all what you're here for. It's a learning process, but thanks for everyone who stuck around for this long, thanks to all of the new viewers. I'll try to keep in touch during my trip, and look forward to more videos before I leave and when I get back.